Having put in 16 years into the profession, Victor Stevens can't see himself in another trade. He says, what more can be fulfilling and profitable than to be doing what you enjoy doing and still get paid for it, with an added advantage of customer satisfaction?
I find passion and happiness in doing it, and at the same time I also make money when you are happy. Because ladies are the one paying, they must make their hair, and that is for sure. So I'm happy doing that. When you are even doing it, they will be putting happiness to your face, offer you some things. Do you care for this? Do you care for this? At the end of the day, you will still get paid. So I'm happy about it.
There are clearly needs and skills gap that can be harnessed if the various hub of these stylists, whether male or female, is properly organized. They are in the Ikeja, Surulere, Yaba, University Road, Mushin, and in Ogba, just to mention a few in Lagos, Nigeria Southwest region.
Well, yes, I think because we're in a society where we all know that you have to look for other things to do than look for a white-collar job. So it is a business where you do not need so much capital to start. You just need a small space to stay and necessary tools which are not expensive, and you find yourself making business. So it's actually a small skill which I think a lot of people should buy into, because and I think they make a lot of money on a daily basis. They make a lot of money than even people that work in the office. So I think it's something like I never go out of the market. People are always going to make their hair.
They need to be possibly brought into well-structured shelters. Training is something that can a little more be put in detailed curriculum in institutions necessary for that purpose. This clearly can help with the way people view the profession.
Basically now we are working on regulations, rules, in terms of code of conduct, NOS, standards, in terms of hygiene practices and all that. Basically we are working on that. There's a body now. There's a body now as I speak to you. A body of stakeholders in the Nigerian hair and beauty industry. We are meeting regularly and we are working very hard to make sure that in Nigeria there are standards. And these standards now, because you notice that if you look at the industry, you have different categories of people. You have the well-read, you have the illiterate, you have the not too read. It's a mixture of different people. So now we're working on standards that, based on these standards, no matter who you are, no matter where you are coming from, if you want to operate in this industry, you will operate based on these standards. So basically, that's what we're working on.
In terms of influence, indeed, the setting where most of these skilled providers are found is a leveler. Class syndromes don't count here, despite the shabby environment they operate.
You're seeing what I'm saying. We eat when we are hungry, but then it still don't matter, because if we don't encourage them, how are they going to survive? If everyone keeps running to the salon to make hair, how would these people striving to survive have something to eat? So this is how we do. This is what we can do to support them. They are good at what they do. That's the truth.
The hair making community, as it's currently coming on, has also taken away a sizable number of unemployed, and this is also on an upward trajectory. Observers say it is capable of doubling the current figures if properly managed.
The thing about the business is lucrative. That's the truth. There is no one in a hair business that wouldn't boast of having something on her table every day. Even if at the end of the day you wash hair, you have this money. If it's just weaving, you make your money. So the business is lucrative. They make money off it. If you make at least 5 people per day, you should be smiling with at least 10,000 naira. So imagine when you make 10,000 naira per day.
There are bound to be some psychological effects of finding yourself in professions that were traditionally meant for the opposite sex. Initially, there will be this issue of people wondering, why is this man doing this? Can he do it? Can he do it well? Am I sure that committing myself into his hand, he will be able to do it well? That initial shock will be there, and it can be a form of embarrassment to that practitioner. You find a lady coming to your salon and discover that, oh, it's a male that is there. The initial surprise and possible doubts in one's mind that can this person do it, or does he have any ulterior motive? So for such people, for such practitioners, they should expect that initial shock. And they may find it difficult to make inroad easily into such professions because they have their own associations. All these artisans, they have their own association here and there. So initially there may be that's the issue of rejection, so to say. It will take a while before there will be acceptance by the customers, by the society. And a lot of people may read different motives into what you are doing. Why are you finding out? Why are you coming to this area? This place is meant for a group of people. Or some abstract embarrassment. Oh, you're a male nurse. Some people will feel, why are you there? I thought this is meant for females. So that's initial embarrassment maybe for some people. And you may have to start explaining why you are there, here and there, here and there. But with time, you're able to prove that you can do it. It's just like female cab drivers. Cab drivers, we know traditionally men would consider that to be a profession dominated by males. And you see some females, if you are not strong-willed, some people want to embarrass you. Some people want to harass you and all that. Some people, the expression, verbal and non-verbal expression can be enough to intimidate you. But if you are strong-willed, you are determined, you forge ahead. With time, they reckon with you.
Indeed, a future of possibility lies ahead when the conversation will not be around gender preference, but clearly a professional endeavor that is boldly accepted as another decent craft capable of moving from an SME to an MSME and possibly a recognizable cadre of the informal sector, which can be captured in details by the Bureau of Statistics for the economic impact they galvanize. The acceptance level for those who may not have encountered them on the job is quite debatable, but what is not in doubt is that these guys are determined to stay on this job for a long time to come by contributing immensely to the growth and development of the beauty industry and by extension, the economy. That's the much we can take for this week. Make it a date with us next week. Let's continue with the interaction on our online platform showing on your screen right now. Bye for now.